golly, in this moment, I never want to race a car ever again.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right, you know?
No, it's not cool at all. Sucks.
What was that again?
I hope not. I want to be, excuse my language, but don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I want to be clean out front and in a perfectly good mood.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Got to tell you, Freak Nation, those first two stages of Speed Freaks covering your NASCAR Cup Series Championship at Phoenix Raceway, I was somewhat of a believer it's going to be a snooze fest. And holy smokes, Katie, bar the door, as they say in South Texas. Don't even know what the hell that means, Freak Nation. But damn it, we got ourselves a championship race and a championship finale that I think has divided a whole lot of folks there, Crasher, that frankly, that's what we wanted coming out of this championship race, right?
All I'm going to say is NASCAR has allegedly made up their mind as to what the playoff format is going to be for 2026 and forward. But be careful what you wish for, fans. Yep. This was a spectacular final race. You can't ask for a better Super Bowl race than what you just saw today to end the 2025 season. It was magnificent, and you may not be getting that for many, many, many more years. I'm just going to throw that out there. It was a phenomenal race. It was a shocking ending, but by the rules and absolutely 100% legit, Kyle Larson is your 2025 champion.
You want to scoot over from that mic and get that freaking phlegm out of your throat? It sounds like you got about a pile of Phoenix Raceway phlegm.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Yeah. All weekend I've been sounding like this, but also I was late this morning getting there. And meanwhile, I beat Dustin Long and a couple of other big media guys. Definitely didn't beat Cole. Cole and his brother got there like 2 hours before me today. But I was late and I had to park in the dirt lot. No. And you know what the dirt lot does to me? It just gets me all... So,
Damn citrus.
Damn citrus lot.
Regardless, Freak Nation, I think we got the finale that we're looking for. Yes. If you're a Kyle Larson fan, you're saying hell yes. If you're a Denny Hamlin fan, like most of us were for the last 10 races, Freak Nation, I think a lot of us are disappointed. And when you see in this show, we're going to have the majority of the sound that we have post-race is from William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Briscoe. Of course, the three of the four contenders for the championship. They're just got it down, not just because they lost the championship title, but if you read between the lines, I think all of them feel that, damn it, it should have gone to Denny Hamlin. But the crack staff has come through, and Crasher, Kyle Larson, Cole Cusimano, Kyle Larson, if our stats are true, your champion should be Kyle Larson.
If you were to go on full season points, who scored the most points over the entire season? Kyle Larson. So if that is what we're going to end up doing moving forward, Kyle Larson would be your champ no matter what. This was just confirmed by NASCAR, 1,175 total points.
Cole Cusimano, the resident snorkeler, what do you think about that?
I think this was, I'll go on record right now saying that this was probably the best championship race that I've witnessed personally since I've been a fan of the sport. It rivals the Carl Edwards, Tony Stewart championship in 2011. This was just complete cinema. It was the stage was set, JGR versus HMS, and it lived up to the billing tenfold. Strategy was off the charts, obviously, being that it's Phoenix. We saw the new tires come into play. Teams were really testing the boundaries with the air pressures, which spawned a lot of cautions, 9 to be exact. Tons of tire failures between all four championship four drivers. And I just got to go on record right now and say that 4-wide pass for the lead with 27 to go between all four championship four drivers was one of the best moments I've ever seen in NASCAR.
Yeah.
I was flipping out in the media center. And then the final restart, the overtime restart, where you had Brad Keselowski almost win this thing on no tires. Mm-hmm. Ryan Blaney finally got his elusive Phoenix win. And Kyle Larson clutched up, drove it deep against the wall, and was able to outlast Denny Hamlin for his second championship. Very deservingly so, I will say this. I know I had said on Hump Day that he was probably the least deserving of the four to make it, but the day this team had was just insane.
Yes.
They, first of all, were running top 5 the entire first 2 stages. Then coming down to less than 100 to go, both he and Briscoe lost tires. Briscoe got the free pass. Larson went a lap down, took the wave around, and was still able to come back and win the race. Just unbelievable effort, unbelievable strategy called by Cliff Daniels. He is the X factor. He is why they won that race, on top of Kyle Larson being the best driver in NASCAR.
Well, but you look at what Chase Briscoe did. Not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times. Dude was coming up from the back and had a freaking shot. When I'm watching him roll up in those numbers, you're going, man, this S isn't making any freaking sense. How in the hell is this happening? And then it gets to that 4 wide with the 4 freaking leaders of the championship.
We've never seen anything like that.
You can't schedule that S.
That was the best. It really was. But there's no passing at Phoenix. How did Chase Briscoe do that? How did he drive through the field 3 times to almost get his first championship?
And that's why we're moving this championship to Homestead. Really, people, again. Careful what you wish for. Be
careful what you wish for, Crash Gladys, because it is going to be Homestead next year, Freak Nation. And if you happy bastards want to go back to that full 36 races and 1 champion there at the last race, man, again, be freaking careful what you wish for, because what happened today, again, those first 2 stages were somewhat suspect. Granted, the tires provide a little bit of fodder for us on social, but my God, that third freaking stage, that final stage was absolute bananas. Denny Hamlin, just laps to go. People were closing their notebooks. People were closing their computers. They were already filing their stories for online. And then, oh, my God, William Byron.
Well, hold on a second, though. Like, Cole is basically pointing to himself. He was filing a story for the AZ Republic, AZ Central, and you saw it on TV too. NBC, Lee Diffie, they're focusing on Coach Gibbs. Yep. Oh, and they're talking about all their backstories. And it was J.D. Gibbs that went to find Denny when he was selling used car parts. And everybody was closing out the race. Until William Byron blew it.
Unbelievable. I aged, I kid you not, probably about 10 years in that last stage.
Damn it, you can drink now, buddy. You can drink now, you happy bastard. What?
I did drink, actually. So this was a very touching moment. On a serious note here.
Okay.
They brought Kyle Larson in for his press conference, his winning press conference. The NASCAR media staff brought in coolers of beer to toast John Edwards, who we lost earlier this year, Kyle Larson's PR guy. Very touching moment, very awesome for them to do that and to send him out like that,
That's cool. And Kenny, you put up on the Speed Freaks Twitter account, same thing. The minute he crossed that line, you go, I know what I'm tweeting for Speed Freaks. This one's for John.
Yep. Yeah.
Well done.
What a freaking championship, Freak Nation. And there was, if we someone pull up their GDAM computer. Don't make me do all the GDAM work.
What?
All right?
What do you want, sir?
I'm curious on our Twitter poll, now that the numbers have come out regarding Kyle Larson winning the championship, it was overwhelming. People were pissed at Kyle Larson winning the championship. But now it looks like Kyle Larson.
Oh, you mean right after the race, it was overwhelming.
We asked the question, are you cool with Kyle Larson winning the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship? About 15 minutes into the damn thing, it was about 60-40 people saying, hell no. But right now, it's at almost 55% saying F yes. They're cool with it. Because, again, NASCAR confirmed, if you compare numbers to numbers, Kyle Larson legitimately.
He still is legitimately the champion.
Say what you will, Kyle. Because, Cole, you said it during Horsepower Hump Day. I think last Sunday you said this, too, that of the 4 drivers, frankly, Kyle Larson is the least deserving of this championship.
Yeah, and it wasn't to say he wasn't deserving to be there, but comparing the other 3 drivers that made it, he had a bit more adversity to go through.
Yes.
Success came sporadically, but, they put on a hell of a performance today. They've had a great season regardless. Second most laps led. Tied for most top 5s and top 10s this season, too, with 3 wins. So,
whoa. Tied for most
Yes.
top 5s and top 10s.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Because going into this finale, I was under the impression that Kyle Larson was second in all the stats. But now I guess, okay, there you go. He's tied for most top 5s, most top 10s. This is consistency wins championships. We hate that cliche, but it's so true. So that was Kyle Larson this year. He didn't have the most wins. He didn't have the most top 5s. He was tied, but he was consistent. And that's all you need to bring home the big money.
Freak Nation, where do you sit, man? Kyle Larson, of course, is your 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion. 2-time champion now. Denny Hamlin, he did everything that he could do. And we'll hear from Denny Hamlin coming up next. We'll actually hear from a driver that was running for the championship that, frankly, apologizes to Denny Hamlin. And it happened on camera, Freak Nation. So there is evidence that it actually freaking happened. We'll get to that. Also coming up in the show, Joey Logano will be joining us. We caught up with him and his satisfaction or dissatisfaction with the current point series chase. Is it going to change? Will he be happy with it? Regardless, Joey Logano will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Crasher, Justin Ashley, who still has a shot to win the NHRA Top Fuel Championship, Freak Nation. He'll be joining us, as well as Jesse Love will be here with the Freaks.
Your Xfinity Series champion, which, of course, people are going all crazy about that one as well.
Yeah, man.
Should have been Connor Zilic.
Hell of a show, Freak Nation. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, William Byron next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, we couldn't do this without Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com to check out a line of products to keep your rides fat and freaking happy. That's lucasoil.com. Coming up, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, Jesse Love, Justin Ashley, and, of course, your champion, 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion, 2-timer now. His name is Kyle Larson. Are you still pissed off that Kyle Larson grabbed himself a championship? According to NASCAR, if you match up all the points correctly, Crasher, what is the fact that we learned?
The fact that we learned is...
On the mic?
Let's say I am on the mic.
No, you're not. There you go. Stay on the mic.
The fact is that if this season would have been points for 36 races, Kyle Larson would have been your champion anyway.
Man.
He racked up the most amount of points this year, 1,175. Boom, champion, no matter how you slice it.
Denny Hamlin on the emotions. And this was, 25 minutes after the race? Here's Denny Hamlin talking about his emotions post-race.
I really don't have much for emotion right now. Just numb about it because just in shock. It's something we can't control, certainly unfortunate circumstances, but it's just it'll be one of those life lessons. Did the best I could, there's just everything I really prepared for, happened today, and I felt like we responded, and even losing track position at one point and just battling back, and did really well on restarts. Hadn't been good on restarts, for bulk of the year, and just the team brought a great championship car, and I felt like I drove it just right up until 2 laps to go, and so this is the part that stinks.
Freak Nation, I will say this. I know Cole Cusimano was in the press room as all this was going down, and I monitored the press conference, and I'm telling you, man, it's like somebody kicked their freaking dog through the field goal about 50 yards out. It was just brutal. I didn't want to say it was okay. It was like a freaking funeral. It was just horrible post-race with these 3 drivers. And when you see Denny Hamlin, then you'll see William Byron and Chase Briscoe. It wasn't fun. And even Cole, the way some of the press cats, Gluck, Bianchi, Long, all those guys, the way they were asking questions is like, Chase, sorry that your dog died, but does this provide any enthusiasm for you next year? It was just that bad, man. Denny Hamlin was asked about, did he think the race was over once that caution was thrown late in the race?
No, I didn't think it was over. I thought, well, all right, well, let me see where the other guys are at. Surely they can't, surely they can't jump too far in front of me. And I just didn't think there'd be that many cars that took 2 tires. But we can't. It's really hard to predict, how many cars are going to do what. But when I lined up, row 5, I thought it'll be difficult for sure.
Oh, wow. So he knew it would be difficult going into that final restart. He still laid it out there, though. He knew his air pressures were up. He could just beat on those tires for 2 laps. And he did. I thought he was coming through. It's just that Larson was coming through better. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Cole, was it uncomfortable sitting in that press room with those 3 dudes up there at the table?
It was very, very uncomfortable. It felt like all the reporters were just trying to tread lightly and watch what they were saying, because it was so tense in there, and understandably so. It's a big race. These guys all laid it on the line, and it was especially tough watching Denny, because you could tell how beat up he was. He's been through so much in his 20 years competing full time, and the race he had was just ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, 200 plus laps led. He was going through that clutch issue the entire race, had that tire go down, and it just looked like he had it won in that final stage late in the running with that 4-wide pass, and it just didn't materialize. So it was very depressing. It was bad, yeah.
And I brought it up on a text between us. I'm sure there might have been a clutch issue, but it didn't stop him. They talked about the clutch issue early on in the race, and then they kept talking, and it just seemed like Denny was going, yes, the clutch is getting long. Can every other 30 teams hear me what I'm talking about? We're having issues with our clutch. Wink, wink, wink. It just didn't affect it at all. On the restarts, nothing. Coming out of the pits, nothing. That's why I thought it was a ploy. It happens.
I guess we'll never know. We're always for conspiracy and stuff here, so it's very possible. Add some intrigue to the race, which, as you said, was kind of a snoozer in the beginning, so could have added a storyline intentionally,
Well, again, there were a lot of folks bitching and moaning about this, but they got to run on something, and they're running on Goodyear tires. But don't think Denny Hamlin is going to blame Goodyear for the issues.
Oh. Well, I think they did a great job all season long, and I don't really it's not their fault that we're running the tires flat. So, I really applaud them and the tires that they've continued to bring to the racetrack and keep pushing the limits on, softer to try to put it back in the driver's hands. It's the teams, it's they're the ones that, come here and we test, and there's wheel force tests, and they keep testing the limits of really how low you can go. And it would be difficult for anyone to build a tire that can withstand what we're doing to it with this car. So they're in a really tough spot, and certainly, I think, if anything, they deserve credit.
Look at Chase's face when he sat down right next to him. He was just...
Tell me if I'm wrong, Cole Cusimano, But every time Cole came up to the table, whether it was Chase Briscoe came up to the table on Saturday and then post race today. It's like I just feel like I'm happy. I'm lucky to be here, you bastards. This is the first time. But he wasn't as downtrodden as everybody else. Like I'm cool.
I feel like today that was the kind of the general vibe that I got, but I think on Friday and Saturday I got more of like, this sucks. Like me and Steve were talking about the energy the drivers put off throughout the week. You can kind of get a gauge for who's going to be a title favorite, and he just seemed a little bit off.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think maybe this was kind of like a release for him, that it was over and done with, and they had a great performance despite the results. So
massive performance.
I definitely agree with you, though.
Hey, I just want to remind you guys, Crasher, do you know who won the race?
Yeah, it was Ryan Blaney.
Okay, good.
I think I picked Ryan Blaney in my Beat the Freaks, by the way, too. Mm-hmm. So I don't think anybody's going to beat us this week.
Ryan Blaney will be joining us here in a moment. Well, in this conversation with Denny Hamlin, he was asked, and I think it's a fair question. He was asked about if this race just went the distance without the extended 3 laps. If it on that caution, how does Denny Hamlin feel if the race ended on the designated laps for this finale?
Golly, in this moment, I never want to race a car ever again. I mean, my fun meter's pegged. There's not much, the last couple times I've been doing this, I just either wasn't fast enough or, circumstances. There were some untimely yellows in the last time I did this. But, I'm not really sure. You just take solace in everything that we did preparing was right. And the way we guessed was right. And it just didn't work out, which is crazy.
Crazy. It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
To say the least.
Just watching again, I'm just all about stones, it seems, over the last 2 or 3 weeks. The stones of Denny Hamlin get up there. I don't carry a machete to my daughter's soccer games for a reason. Because I get so jacked up when the team is sucking hind boob or something happens with the ref. So I don't carry a machete for that reason specifically, because I might just start chopping things. And for Denny Hamlin to sit up there and be as cool as he is after what transpired, where, I mean, the Dr. Engraver was there with the championship trophy and whatever the hell you engrave his damn name on. He was there. He had the Denny and he had the ham, and they went, oh hell, scratch Denny. It was there. It was effing there for Denny Hamlin to take this S home, and all because of William Byron.
No, not because.
Hey, what are you talking about?
It's not his fault, but it's, okay.
Don't drive so damn hard, William.
Hey, he apologized.
Okay, lead killer. Oh. Damn it. He took the title from you, Crash.
Oh, geez.
Dang, spoiler alert, Freak Nation.
Yeah.
Hell.
Apparently we're supposed to read Kenny's mind all the time.
Yeah, you are, damn it.
That's what happens when I interject, I guess.
Easy.
No, never stop. Never stop.
Here's my point. We'll hear from William Byron next. Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 in celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, go to GeneralTire.com to check out a line of tires for that F-250, that sports car, or that family sedan. Man, they got them for you. Hell of a price. You go to GeneralTire.com, find the dealer, then bam, head on over there and grab yourself some General Tires. That's GeneralTire.com, GeneralTire.com, the official tire of the Freak Nation for over 2 decades, man. All right, Freak Nation, hell of a freaking race this afternoon. That last stage, again, it covered all the BS that we had the first couple of stages, right? I know there were some tire issues the first couple of stages, but my God, did those Goodyears play a part of this championship. To the point of 3 out of your 4 drivers running for the championship, they were affected. For poor Chase Briscoe, man. It's like every freaking set of tires that he had, he was just out there throwing the dice up at turn 3 going, I have no idea. Snake eyes, yeah, let's go, baby.
Come on.
But not until that, what was it, 4 laps left, Cole, when William...
It was with 2 to go.
2 to go.
Coming to the white flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In turn 3, hits the wall, bam. But William Byron walks into the press room, and Denny Hamlin sitting at the table. We can't see it because I cut it out, but he walks up, kind of whispers to Denny and apologizes for effectively causing Denny to lose the championship. He blew that tire. And William was asked about that and the apology to Denny Hamlin.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right, you know? Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of seeing him, you know, he had beat us, right? And we're running second and it's 4 laps to go and you go into the wall and cause a caution, so it sucks, right? I don't want to be that guy. Even if I'm in the championship 4, it doesn't really matter. Just don't want to change the outcome, so it sucks.
And that's no BS from him there, right, Crasher? Look at his face. He was pissed.
He sounded kind of choked up, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
It's a big deal. It's Denny Chasen's first championship, 20 years, and he was in a prime position to do it, so...
There was just so much on this race for Denny to take it, whether it was his dying father or him being the winningest driver to never win a championship and knowing that he's only got a couple years left on his contract before he is going to go off into retirement, still be a team owner, and then the lawsuit on top of everything else. So yeah, there was just so much that the racing world embraced Denny with everything that he had going on in his life. And oh my God, if he can take the title. And it just didn't work. Yeah.
More from William Byron talking about what happened in turn 3 with that blown tire. 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, I felt something a little funny on that lap. Was trying to figure out if it was a tire. You know, and I guess we were coming to 3 laps to go, and so I was trying to figure out left rear, right rear, and about the time I hit the brakes into 3, it just laid down on the right side of the car and went straight. So, yeah, I was hoping it'd be a left rear so I could kind of get back, but.
I thought Big Balls Byron had it in him, too.
He was happy pre-race. I was watching him with fans on the red carpet. He's fist bumping everybody. Big smile. Big smile for Big Balls Byron.
Hey.
Aren't you happy?
That was a good one. Yeah. Joey Logano coming up in the show. Justin Ashley, NHRA Top Fuel pilot. Jesse Love coming up. Jesse Love, your NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. The finish Saturday night was not as exciting as this one, but still pretty ballsy of what he did to not necessarily hold off Connor Zilic, but to hold on to that lead and win himself his first championship in Xfinity Series. And it's been a while. Oh, man, I did the math. The last Richard Childress championship in the NASCAR Big 3, was that Austin Dillon in the Truck Series, right?
Or Xfinity. He won Xfinity. The interesting thing about this is Austin Dillon was the Rookie of the Year in the Xfinity Series. Then the very next year won the championship. Jesse Love, Rookie of the Year last year in Xfinity, won the championship the very next year. Kind of interesting.
So let's move on to, go ahead.
I was going to say, fact checked here. Tyler Reddick won the championship for Richard Childress in the Xfinity Series in 2019.
Of course. Yes, there you go.
So Chase Briscoe, one of the 4 running for the championship. Again, this guy's from Mitchell, Indiana. I've got more people in my damn bathroom than that freaking town has, man. But I'm just glad he was up there. You know, the guy, when I talked about if he wins the championship, how's he going to party? And, I don't drink. I said, I wasn't talking about drinking. I was just talking about drugs. No. I said, it's just, he's just a good old boy, likes to throw in some of the Jesus comments from time to time and just, has like a toothpick in his mouth, picking his teeth and just going, I'm just happy to be here. Wasn't necessarily in the same mood after this race, but you still get the vibe that he felt for Denny Hamlin. So Chase Briscoe, let's see, where do we want to go with Chase Briscoe? Let's go with this one about having a chance. Where here's this dude, man, where you talk about a guy who had tire issues. 3 times he was sent back, and at the tail end of the boom, right there, 4 or 5 laps, he's up there running for the freaking championship. And did it ever get him down? I mean, did he ever think that he didn't have a chance to win that championship throughout the race?
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely felt like I was more than capable, just to go from the back to the front that many times. I would have loved to have just been able to race straight up. I got back to second and, was able to run William down there and thought I was really, really good. And I blew like the second or third tire. So, yeah, definitely it's a race of, what could have been. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like hopefully at least people felt like we were here and in contention. We weren't average running position-wise up there a whole lot, but certainly I felt like, I don't know, I felt like we had one of the strongest cars for sure, and if we could have just, started up front, or not even started up front, just not had issue after issue, we would have been in the mix. I thought we did everything, right as far as pit stops and obviously car speed and balance. It just, the tires just didn't go our way.
I was pointing at Cole during that soundbite, and I was going to ask Cole this, coming out of that soundbite with Chase Briscoe. When you're sitting in front of these drivers, and they just got their ass handed to them, they didn't win the title, you got a room full of 100 media folks, there are questions that you really want to ask them, but it might be preferred to ask them one-on-one. Watching these guys, and I say that for good reasons. If you watch our one-on-one interviews that we do with drivers, you don't ask those type of questions when you're in front of 100 freaking people. Right. Well, sometimes we just do. But Cole, with those guys up at the dais, watching how they handled certain questions, weren't there times when you just thought, bro, let me just ask you straight up, how bad does this blow?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind asking those hard-hitting questions just because when it's in the heat of the moment like that and you're coming off an agonizing defeat, you want to see that human emotion. A lot of the times, we talk about it at length here on the show, whether it be Hump Day or this main show, that you don't see a lot of personality and emotion from these guys, and that right there is what you want to see. You want to humanize these drivers and show that they are like a normal person in the regular world, So I enjoy when those questions get asked, and I enjoy when they provide honest and transparent answers.
And again, I don't have a problem asking that. I just know that there is not a show in the media center. There's not a show like SpeedFreaks where that's the type of questions that we ask. The question that I asked on Friday.
Oh, who's Gibbs' favorite driver? Who does Gibbs really want to win the title?
Yeah, Hendrick. You had 2 Hendrick drivers. You had 2 Gibbs drivers. And I said, bruh, who is Gibbs' favorite driver? Who's Hendrick's favorite driver? And they just wouldn't really run with it, man, and start talking smack on each other.
That was the best. I think that got the best response, honestly, that whole press conference. Because they were being honest. They were like having fun with it too. Like I don't know if you have the clips loaded in here, but they were good answers. They were honest.
You just wanted them to talk ass to each other, Kenny.
Yeah, I did.
But they were still decent with
I wanted Denny to look over at William would go, I heard the Speed Freaks call you big balls.
Oh, man.
Man, we got too much this first hour. We've got more from Chase Briscoe. There's a couple of things I want to hit regarding the race, what Kyle Larson did. We've talked about this ad nauseum over 25 years of Speed Freaks. Just be there on the last lap or the tail end. Just freaking be there.
When it counts.
There was 2/3 of the race where Diffie and crew weren't saying a whole lot about Larson, but he was still there. Mm-hmm. He wasn't running up front often, but he was still there. And to give credit to him, his crew, to put him there in situations like this, my God.
Patience, perseverance, it's everything. Just a little bit of everything.
Just be there, man. Mm-hmm. Just whether it's an extra pound of pressure in the right, whatever, just effing be there. All right, more from Chase Briscoe coming up. More from Denny Hamlin. Of course, your champion, his name. Allow me to introduce myself as Kyle Larson, again, for your NASCAR Cup Series. And we will get to the Joey Logano and Jesse Love. It's all coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
All right, we continue our discussion post-race with William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano coming up next hour, and Jesse Love, your Xfinity Series champion, will be joining us here in the second hour. And speaking of pressers and press conference folks that ask some questions that kind of just make you shake your head, and I understand why this gentleman asked this question in the press conference. Chase Briscoe, William Byron, both young drivers. And do they look at the fact that, yes, they're younger drivers and that, hey, man, you're going to get another shot at this, my friend. We go William Byron into Chase Briscoe and their take on that question that was asked.
I don't think I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as, this could be your last opportunity. So I don't really think ahead in terms of, what's down the road. I'd love to be in this opportunity again, but you never know how things are going to work out.
Yeah, I would say the same. This is my first year at JGR, right? And hopefully we continue to, be one of the elite teams, but it can change at any point, and you don't know. This could be your last one. Hopefully, I can be in a lot more championship situations, but yeah, you're just never guaranteed anything in this sport, and especially from a speed standpoint and everything else. SHR, right? My rookie year, the year before they won like 17 cup races, and then the downfall happened. You just never know when that light switch can be, and yeah, I think you're never guaranteed being here again. So yeah, it stings a little bit.
Ask the Toronto Blue Jays. In that Game 7 on Saturday night. Hey, man, you got some young players on that team. It's okay. You're going to get back there. I don't know if that's going to work out there, my friend. so many factors that go into this damn thing. Granted, Cole Cusimano, we had collectively the 4 best drivers running for the championship for Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at both those young drivers in William Byron and Chase Briscoe, they have incredibly bright futures. This is Chase Briscoe's first year at JGR. He had a breakout season, 3 wins, 2 in the playoffs, and he was the guy that was tied with Kyle Larson for most top 5s in the series. So he's going to have an incredible career ahead of him. Again, very young. William Byron, 3rd straight championship 4 appearance. He'll be back there again. So I know they're playing it kind of humble with their responses, but let's give yourself some credit, guys. You're going to be back.
Yeah.
But look at Denny, 20 years in the sport. He's been there before, but it's clinching. That's the hard part. Like you just said, William, 3 years in a row in the championship 4, but he hasn't capitalized yet. It's easier said than done. And I don't think people, it's a decent question, but I don't think people really realize, there's everything that has to really go right for it to be your day and your title.
You can, listen, man, we could debate this topic if you want to, but I don't want to. But Helio Castroneves has won how many Indy 500s?
4.
To win 1 Indy 500, to win 2, but 4 Indy 500. I know it's not a full season, but it feels like a full season in the Indy 500. To win 4 of those sons of bitches.
And then how many championships?
Yeah. Think about it.
He's won 0 championships.
It's
weird. Yeah.
He does have a Dancing with the Stars championship.
He does have a mirror ball.
There's one. There's something.
You tell me last time Denny Hamlin walking into the championship race. You tell me the last time Denny Hamlin was this side of overwhelming favorite. No.
Never.
No. So it's hey, Chase, it's okay, babe. You're going to be back there, my friend. You're young. Hey.
You never know.
That's sports.
Cole, do you know who won the race?
Absolutely. YRB. That's my guy. Kidding me?
So Ryan Blaney wins the freaking race. And it was just, you tell me, were you in there for his post-race presser?
Yeah, I was.
Was it like, okay, great, thanks for coming, Ryan. Can you get the hell out of here and let's bring in Kyle?
Yeah, we're waiting on Kyle. Can you go?
More or less.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But let's go back to Blaney's title when Ross Chastain won the race. And it was the same thing. And people were like, okay, Ross, love you, mean it. Bye. We're waiting on Blaney because he's the champion. So same thing.
Exactly.
And now Blaney's on the other end of it.
Ryan Blaney was asked a number of questions that were fairly decent. And one being, was he worried on the fact that he was rolling around all these championship contenders at one time, frankly, for that last, how many laps of the race, with Ryan Blaney and those 3 or 4 other dudes around him? Was he a little concerned about how he was going to drive around those other dudes?
I think there's always worry. I think everybody worried.
Can you stop that a second?
The race, because there was a lot of tire issues.
I know exactly where you're going.
Man, that hair on that
face.
Man. On his face and that freaking skullet he's got, that is legit. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's deepened up. Darkened up.
Is there a head in there? That is just one big freaking redwood with a hat. God dang. All right, back to Blaney, sorry.
I think there's always worry. I think everybody worried going into the race because there was a lot of tire issues in practice. We didn't experience any in our camp, but there's always that kind of thought lingering in the back of your mind. I didn't want to shortcut the dog leg on the start of the race. So I was talking to Hocevar before the race because he and I were 5th and 6th. I was like, hey, I'm going to stay on the racetrack if you're okay with staying on the racetrack, and we did. And I got put 3 wide because someone cut the dog leg. But I was like, I don't want to blow a tire. And but then when the initial start happened, everyone went down there. We didn't see many failures. I don't think there was a failure in the first run of the race. That made me a little bit more confident of, okay, I can go down here. But yeah, just flirting with air pressure. These guys are, that's the kind of the game. How low can you get? Just helps long run speed and it helps grip. But there's a kind of a basement, and we saw that. A couple champ guys blew one. I think 19 and 24 blew one. So yeah, I think it was always in my mind, but fortunately, it didn't happen for us.
Come up here to Bob.
There it is. So Ryan Blaney.
Just
God, it's a lot of hair.
Working on that mustache.
God. Imagine. I'm not going to say that. So Ryan Blaney.
I can only imagine what you're
I
going
got
to say.
you. I got you.
No, you guys have no idea what I was going to say.
I think I do.
So quickly before we get the hell out of here for the first hour, Ryan Blaney was asked, does he feel for Denny Hamlin losing that title?
And then, as far as the 11 camp, I mean, there's part of me that does feel bad for that group, right? I mean, they had a great race car. I think there were some runs of the race where he was a little better than us. There were some runs where I was a little bit better. I thought we were the two best cars. And, had the race locked up and the 24 blew a tire. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just unfortunate racing luck, of that happening that time when he had it locked up. So, you do have to feel for that group and Denny doing a good job all day and it's just not playing out for him. And but that is racing. It sucks sometimes, but they can hang their head about it, but they should be very proud of the effort that they put in today. They had the fastest race car here, and just one of those things where it just doesn't work out. But it looked like it was going to go in his favor today, and unfortunately for him, it didn't.
Okay, so if I say the number 33 with Ryan Blaney right there, what comes to mind?
Tony Dorsett.
Well, besides football.
No, sorry.
I think he had 33. I was counting as quick as I could. I think he had 33 sponsors on that fire suit. The left arm was completely separate from the right arm in that they each had completely different companies. And then his chest was just littered. I've never seen, well, I'm sure I have seen it before. I just hadn't focused on it like I just did. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You think his wife shaves his back? Right?
Maybe. Yeah, my takeaway from that snippet right there was he was asked the question about Denny. He goes, and then he kind of goes into like tough crap, basically. Yeah. So he's like, we won. I don't really care about Denny losing this race.
Yeah, don't ask me those questions.
Do you have, Cody Big Balls Johnson, do you have that Denny Hamlin tweet from 2014 that you can put up real quick before we go to break? I want to leave this with everybody. Crasher, go right ahead. Explain what we're watching or what we're looking at right now.
This is Denny Hamlin on when it was called Twitter, now X.com. January 18th, 2014. This was his tweet. This point system change is going to be a really good thing. Trust in it and watch how exciting each chase race is going to be. Yeah. That was 11 years ago. Speaking of 11, that was 11 years ago. And, eating your words now, Denny?
No. Well, he didn't say it sucks, did he?
No, but I think he's in the camp of full season points now. Meanwhile, 11 years ago, this is going to be great. Mm-hmm. Watch what it does. It eliminated you from the championship. That's what it did.
Well, Joey Logano has a take on the current point system. We'll hear from him coming up next hour. Jesse Love, your Xfinity Series champion, will be joining us. And more from William Byron, Chase Briscoe, and, of course, Denny Hamlin for the second hour of the Freaks. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, or as the kids call it nowadays, X, Instagram, and be sure you subscribe, Official Speed Freaks, on YouTube. You missed this show, you can check it out on Racer Network, noon Eastern and Pacific, Monday. Again, on Racer Network. More Freaks next.
Golly, in this moment, I never want to race a car ever again.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right,
No, it's not cool at all. Sucks.
What was that again?
I hope not. I want to be, excuse my language, but don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I want to be clean out front and in a perfectly good mood.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
All right, second hour of the Freaks. Coming up, Joey Logano will be here. Jesse Love Jr. as we like to call him. He'll be joining us this hour, Xfinity Series champion for Richard Childress Racing. That's coming up this hour. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the website speedfreaks.tv, and, of course, subscribe to Official Speed Freaks. And if you missed this show, want to hang out with Racer Network, bang, noon Eastern and Pacific. You can catch the full 2 hours of the Freak. Freak Nation.
You're going to say the Freak Nation.
I probably was. 25 years we've been doing this, Freak Nation. A lot of you guys popping off. I didn't know about your show. Where you been, you happy bastard? If you're a drag racing fan, IndyCar, two-wheel, NASCAR, off-road, whatever, man, we'll cover it. And we'll talk about it with a full freaking attitude. Speaking of attitude, man, there are a couple of attitudinal women at the pre-race today. Cole Cusimano had a chance. Did we
confirm,
Did we load that video, first of all? Did we load that video?
There's a video?
Yeah, well, there's video. And leave my mic open because I want to navigate this video first because
Yikes.
What happened? No, not of you, Cole.
Okay,
not of you. No. What's the name of the
Sydney
movie?
Sweeney.
I know Sydney. What's the
Christy.
name?
It's called Christy.
It's called Christy. Christy Martin. She is one of the front runners when it comes to female boxing and really putting on the front burner for women in combat sports. And Christy Martin, back in the day, she was legit. And Sweeney will be portraying her in a movie to be released. When, do we know?
Don't have the release date
You're the
right
freaking,
now. Hold on.
Holy cow, so the promotion. No, none of us know, though. So here, Sydney Sweeney is making a massive appearance at the track today. And we all, that should have hammered in our minds when the movie's coming out, but it didn't.
Christy Martin, she's there with her damn dog.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, cute little
who brings her freaking dog to a race? I guess if you're a former champion female boxer, you bring any damn thing you want to. So what happens at the race is they'll have, at NASCAR races, is they have the pre-race meetings with the drivers meeting, and some of the celebrities that are part of that race will come in and sit in and see what Elton Sawyer and gang have to say to the drivers. And Sydney Sweeney was in there, sitting there with Christy Martin and her damn dog. And evidently, Austin Dillon had a chance to meet her.
Oh, yes.
And he's rolling up towards the door to go get William Byron, saying, "Bruh, come on back. I want to introduce you to my friend, Sydney Sweeney." And it was all caught on video. Watch Austin Dillon. All right, bring that volume down a little bit on the video. All right, so Austin rolls up to William, says, "Bro, every other freaking driver's up there talking to Sydney." In fact, he wanted to bust in on Carson Hocevar, who was sitting there just freaking hogging all the time with her, like, "Look at me, man. Look at Dillon. There's Denny right there." All right? You go, "Come on, man. Let me introduce you to my buddy, William Byron. He's running for a damn championship, baby." Carson Hocevar says, "Let me get the hell out of here." There it is.
Dylan's like, "Bye, I did my part."
Yep.
He could not walk away faster. We call him Big Balls. That's the last week, and he does that? Are you kidding me? You shoot your shot with Sydney Sweeney if you have the chance, Willie B. You're going for the title. What are you doing?
You think he was having flashbacks of, "I don't want Sabrina Carpenter to think I'm two-timing on her"?
I mean, Sydney Sweeney over Sabrina any day. Oh, come on. That's not even up for debate.
Words. Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
So that was awesome. That was so, just to see Austin Dillon roll up there and get Big Balls Byron to come on down and meet Sydney Sweeney.
Then who was it that tweeted, "I bet this is what he said, Travis and Taylor are getting nothing on you guys," or something like that?
That's my boy Noah Lewis.
Yeah?
Yep, you got the video too, yep.
But,
Perfect.
and I want a little play-by-play on this Cole Cusimano, because I can just see what happened. I just can see Cole. How did you walk up and get this selfie with, I almost said Sweeney Carpenter, with Sweeney? How did you roll up in her grill and say, "Hey, baby, what's up"?
Well, first of all, had no idea she was going to be at the track. I'm going to get
one did.
Freaking water from the media center and a pretzel.
In fact, all of us were saying, "Wow, they're really promoting these YouTubers." There was no big name. Then all of a sudden, you sent a text or something. I go, "What? That kind of looks like." No, that's not. What the hell's going on?
So
right?
I'm walking back from getting my beverage, and I see Sydney Sweeney walking towards me. I legitimately broke my neck, did a double take. Like, what? It's like the meme when the guy's falling over and it's like all blurry. Yeah. It's like, what is going on right now? But anyway, so she's in being held in the room that we were interviewing Logano in for a while before the drivers' meeting. And initially, Steven got her picture first. Steven's in the studio right now.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell? How did you get a picture with Sydney Sweeney? Because I was seeking her out like a hot missile, obviously. And then, so I was waiting over there. The initial picture I got was awful. I was so pissed off because I used the side camera button, and it was all blurry. I was cut off. I'm like,
You
damn,
came back for a twofer?
this sucks. I did.
Oh,
so I heard her PR person say, all right, we're going to go to do whatever on the stage. Then we're going to go get a quick bit with Ryan Blaney, because they're good friends. So she's over by the car with Blaney. She's walking away after they do the anthem. And I'm like, there's actually a live picture. I'm like, Sydney, quick pick. Snapped it. And that was it.
But that one turned
Do you
out.
have both
That turned
of them?
out great, yeah.
Do you actually have both of them?
Oh.
Yeah.
So the one on the right is the first one that came out blurry, but
Yeah.
the one on the left is the legit one.
Yeah. And she was really cool.
And there's a banana in between you guys.
Easy.
Wow. Oh, that's a great catch. Oh, my God. That has viral potential right there, honestly.
You're dropping heat-seeking missile. She's dropping bananas. You would think that's coming out of my mouth.
And
But it's legit. Did you see
it's
it?
true. That's a great catch. And I want to clarify, by the way, I was a big fan of her from like the Euphoria days. Like she is an incredible actress. I love her. She's the best. And she was so nice to everybody that wanted the picture or whatever.
That's
She's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
So how did the first put that back up there, big balls? So how did that first one? If you're watching on TV,
When is the wedding? Nice.
on the right hand side is the F up, left hand side is
Yep.
the counter.
Yep.
How did that first one come about? What'd you say?
Say, can I get a quick pick, please? Oh, please.
You said please, so that was good.
Yep. Got to be cordial, you know.
You know, there is one person that I've ran to get a selfie with at Phoenix Raceway. There's only one. I've been going there for 20 plus years. Do you remember who it was, Crasher?
I'm trying to remember. No, I don't remember.
And I don't even know if you kids will even know who the hell this is. Master P.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Do you know who that is? You have no idea. You're just agreeing with me.
No, I do. Master P?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Of course I do.
I interviewed him in 1995 before he really busted out in this whole New Orleans southeastern rap that was coming out, and it was a great freaking interview. Yeah, that was his thing back in the day. And then when I saw, I don't know why, it's like, oh, there's Master P.
Was that outside the track or was that pre-race? Because this was before.
He was promoting his vodka at the time.
Okay, so it was outside the
It
track.
was not far from where
that person. Oh, Sugar Ray.
Yeah, Sugar Ray was playing.
Oh, Mark McGrath. Yeah.
Yes, Mark Ray. Okay. So this was before the repave and the remodel of
Yes.
Phoenix Raceway.
Yeah.
I do remember.
'Cause I just
that
don't.
now.
I mean, unlike Cole, freaking snapping all kinds of selfies with celebs rolling through the media center. Did you get popped? Did anybody say, "Hey, Preston, they're not supposed to do that"?
No, I said this over a group chat on X with some NASCAR folks. I said, revoke my hard card. I do not care. That was worth every second of it.
Here you go.
I love Sydney Sweeney. She's awesome.
And she played awesome today.
She
Put
did.
that picture up one more time. There.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. There it is. Now, do you see the banana?
Of course, you
The
can't
banana.
miss it now. It almost looks like a microphone banana, but we know what it is. It's a pit
I had
board.
the camera on like the 0.5, and I thought it was like a pit sign that was like warped, but good catch. Banana. Yeah.
You got a banana in your pants? No, it's a heat-seeking missile.
That was probably a really bad reference there.
But sneaking around like a heat-seeking missile.
I was determined to get a selfie with her. She's awesome.
Mission accomplished.
Notice you had a different set of pants when you came back after that.
Stop.
Thanks for pointing that out.
It's all right. I was 18 once, Cole.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Took 11 years off.
Oh, my goodness. You know it's tough when you got to bring in Joey Logano to get the show back on the rails. But we are. Joey Logano, again, surprised me because I wasn't sure where he stood with the current championship chase, playoffs. It surprised me. But maybe some of you go, no, that's how he's felt all along. Well, great. Fantastic. But I had to ask him. I said, "Dude, does it suck not being in the hunt right now? Or is it kind of a relief?" Well, it's easy to answer that one. Joey Logano next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Joey, I think the last time you and I were meeting in the same damn room, we were still talking about that championship that some of the folks thought you shouldn't have won. Now, a year later, I'm not even going to bring that up. But just the fact that there's a different presentation of what we're talking about now. You're not in the chase, or you're not in the finals. Mentally, is it cool for you? Right?
No, it's not cool at all. Sucks.
I mean, as far as the stress that comes with it, man.
You want the stress, right? You want the pressure. You want to have the opportunity to do something great, right? And unfortunately, this year we just weren't good enough to put ourselves in that position. But yeah, you want to have that pressure. I always say, like, the playoffs, in theory, you want to make it to where it's just 10 weeks of hell. Right, you want it to where it's a hard 10 weeks. It's not comfortable. Your back's up against the wall for that many weeks. That's what you want. That's the goal. We got 9 weeks. We did 9. Yeah.
But is that something that came with this? As you get older, it's like, okay, I recognize where it's got to be this strenuous for us to get to this point. Versus, I didn't like this when I was freaking 22 years old.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. You don't like it, you learn to love it because, I mean, that's the goal, right? Like, if your goal is to win the championship, then you have to go through the steps to do that, right? Like, it's just how it works. And whatever that format is next year, whatever happens, all the stuff, you just have to figure out what that is and, work that plan out.
The history with you at Phoenix Raceway isn't lost on us, and the number of times you've carried a trophy through here, pretty happy at times. Is this a track where you hope that they eventually come back to, or are you glad they're going to be at Homestead next year?
Like I said, I don't know what the format is anyways, so maybe it doesn't matter. But that said, this has been a great track, right? And I think when you look at the championship race that's been here, being someone that's been able to win the Homestead and here in Phoenix, the experience has been great on both places. You never know. We think about when we came here the first time after being in Miami for so many years, that being the season finale, and you always kind of had that feeling of that season finale, championships crowned, all this stuff. What's it going to be like when you go to Phoenix? But I'd say it's been great here. The fans have been awesome. I think they sold this place out every time. The energy is real, just like it is in Miami. It's been great, right? And whether we move it around the season finale or however it works, I think the fans show up because it's a big race. Is that much on the line?
You think that energy will travel regardless of where this race goes?
Yeah, really? Absolutely. That's for the Super Bowl, doesn't it? Why wouldn't it for ours? It's the championship race. It is our Super Bowl, right? I mean, we used to say that Daytona 500 was that, but this is where they crowned the champion. So this is more like that, in my opinion. And wherever that is, that's what it's going to be like.
Joey Logano, those are fighting words. We used to say that about the Daytona 500, and now we don't. I totally understand what you're saying, but so many people, the Daytona 500, it's your crown jewel.
Well, it's still a huge race, right? I mean, it's still, for the whole field, that's the biggest race of the year. But for 4 drivers, this is the biggest race of the year, right? So, unfortunately for us, this year Daytona was the biggest race of the year, right, for us. But it probably depends on what your goals are, right? I mean, if your goal isn't to win the championship and it's to just get a bunch of wins or whatever it isn't, sure, maybe it's different. But for myself and my team personally, we measure success off of championships.
You mentioned depends on what your goals are. That took my mind into what is the off season for Joey Logano. I've seen one year you're playing with Hot Wheels. I see another year you're building things for your kids. What are you doing? What are your goals before we get back to Daytona?
It's just kind of works a little bit more on the balance side of things, right? The scale's so tipped over these 10 weeks where you're grinding it out, trying to win a championship that, you're a lot more on the work side, racing side. Everything else unfortunately sits on the sideline a little bit more than it probably should be. But it's that time of year. And the off season, this scale can go the other way for a little bit, right? You can go home. I can be a dad a little bit more, be a good husband, which I try to do that during the regular season, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying it's a little more challenging this time of year. Dad's a little more stressed out this time of year. But I have a little bit more, have some fun with the kids. That's really all we're going to do, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is just to be around, go to their things, do all the stuff, do the weekend stuff that people do, right? It's crazy sometimes for us. I mean, we've been going since Easter. We haven't had an off weekend since. And when you see what people do on weekends, it's great. There's a whole bunch of things. There's festivals, all this great stuff.
That was something you guys loved about the schedule when, what was it? The Olympics a couple of years ago. So are you guys as drivers continually pushing for something like that to give you more of a life in season?
Yeah, I don't think it's just for the drivers, right? I mean, it's just as hard, if not harder, for the crew members. They're gone a lot as well. We get to bring our families to the racetrack, maybe to 10, 15 of them a year. But for them, it's none, or maybe 1 or 2, right, that they drive to or something like that. So, I think for the health of everybody, right, it's nice to have those off weekends to where you can recharge your batteries, go to your kid's basketball game, right? Go to your kids' races, whatever that is, right? You can go do that stuff.
Did I see your son had a goldfish? Are you going to be doing fishing of that sort in the off season?
Listen, I'm not a huge fisherman in any way. I just drive the loud stuff.
I just saw a trick-or-treat picture, and there was a goldfish. Who trick-or-treats and gets goldfish?
Well, there was a festival thing that went along with that. There was a lot of fun stuff we did. But, yes, so there's a goldfish in our house right now. Still alive, surprisingly. So it's still going.
When you come back to Phoenix next year, you're going to be here. I don't know if the Penske games may make a comeback or something. You're going to be here with your IndyCar brethren. That's going to be something that's really fun to witness again. You guys with your crossover, how do you approach that as a driver? Do you guys hang out more? Do you do technical meetings together to kind of help each other, or does nothing crossover whatsoever?
There's not much crossover, if any. But I mean, we're in the same building, right? So we obviously know each other. We hang out with each other. We root for each other, obviously. And it's gonna be a real special weekend because this has only happened at Indy before, right? When they did the Grand Prix and our road race there as well. So to do it on an oval here in Phoenix, I think it's great for a lot of reasons. I think it's great for the fans. Probably they're the biggest winner in this whole thing. But I think the sports themselves are going to win as well. Where there might be NASCAR fans that never watched an IndyCar race, or vice versa, and they're going to have the opportunity to see both in the same weekend, within a day of each other. That's pretty cool. And I think, for me personally, I want to watch it. I've never seen an IndyCar go around an oval before in person. Right? I mean, I watched on TV. We race every weekend. Remember we were just talking about that? We just talked about how we've been racing since Easter. We don't see any other kind of racing. You're there at the track all the time. So this will be a fun thing to see.
This weekend, NHRA is racing in Vegas. It's not their finale, but it is your finale, obviously. In the past, NHRA has tried to stay away from big NASCAR and IndyCar races so as to make them stand out more. Do you think, maybe you guys should leave the Indy 500 to IndyCar, and maybe you guys push your Coke 600 to another weekend? NHRA probably shouldn't race this weekend. Is that something that should happen to make motorsports elevate more, all boats rise on a high tide?
Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about it enough to comment on it. I do think working together instead of against each other is better. What does together look like? I think that might be the harder question to answer. But, naturally, we're competitors, right? Like, everyone wants to compete to be the best in whatever they're doing. So I'm sure the sanctioning bodies are similar ways. But at the same time, motorsports fans they're motorsports fans. Like, most of the time, like, if you like watching racing, you like watching drag racing, you like watching IndyCar, you like watching motocross. To me, like, I like watching all that. Like, when I'm flipping through the channels, I always stop on the race. I don't stop at football games. I stop at the race because I want to watch the races, no matter what it is. And I think there's a lot of people like that, right? And so sometimes when races are going on at the same time, I think people get pulled and like, shoot, I got to pick. That could probably be better, but I think there's a lot of moving pieces in that we probably don't all know.
Pushing all these different scenarios for next year for the chase or the playoffs, where do you stand? What do you want to see change-wise, if any?
I mean, whatever it is, we got to figure out how to win. So it doesn't matter.
God damn it. What's your opinion, Joey?
My opinion is this is what we have is great, right? I've been vocal about that. I like what we have. That's not a popular opinion, it doesn't seem like. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I think we can tweak what we have to make it a little bit better. I think like the 2 points systems that we have is confusing for people, right? You have the regular season points, you have playoff points. It's like, all right, what place are you really in points? And I think that gets confusing. I think we can probably simplify some of that. I think there's ways to do that, but I personally love cutoff races. I love do or die moments. Like, I love that in sports. And as an athlete, I like that too, right? Because it just puts you in a different league, right? And you got to do some, like, it's fun to watch desperate people doing desperate things, right? Like, it's fun to watch. If you don't have a playoff format, you will not have that. That's fact, right? Like, if it's a whole season-long situation, you're not going to have people like where they're back up against a wall. What are you willing to do to win on a final restart of a race? Like, you don't have that storyline in Martinsville, the storylines at these cutoff races that you see all the time. You're not going to have that. So I think, I think there's ways to tweak it, but I think it's pretty good in my opinion. But whatever it is what it is, and I'll have to deal with it.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Schedule Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, be sure you check out lucasoil.com, proud partners of the Freaks, for all kinds of products to keep your engines fat and happy. Inside your car, outside your car, inside your ride, outside your ride. Go to lucasoil.com. It's lucasoil.com. A big damn show for you tonight, Freak Nation. Two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Now, Kyle Larson, man, still celebrating him. But his wife with us, pounding beers up on stage. So great. It's greatness. Yeah. We caught up with Jesse Love Jr. prior to him winning the championship. He's a good friend of the Freaks. He's been checking in with us for the last 4 or 5 years when he was out there winning ARCA Series races, but now he's got himself a championship. Again, this is prior to him winning the championship. A lot of good back and forth between the three of us, including getting called out as a Ricky Bobby at the time. Jesse Love, your Xfinity Series champion, here in SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So when Jesse Love walks up, it looks like it might be February in Daytona with his outfit. There's nothing on his uniform. Is this how it works, man, where you get to a championship and Richard Childress says, bruh, we're going to outfit you in this new spiffy getup?
Yeah, high-dollar outfit. So, I know, just everybody at Sparco takes really good care of me. We got a great relationship with them in all of RCR. So, yeah, this is surprising to me, too. Normally we have a belt mark here, a rubber mark there that doesn't get washed out. And I definitely know my shoes are new because last week they were not this clean.
All the times I played soccer, competitive football and soccer, you could always tell the guy that didn't get to play a lot. Always had the cleanest uni. Right. But the dudes in soccer had the scarred-up knees and the green on the uniform and the helmet for football. So when you hop out of that car on Saturday, you better have some damage done to this. It means you
I hope not.
What was that again?
I hope not. I want to be, excuse my language, but don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I want to be clean out front and in a perfectly good mood. So that's what I'm hoping for. My PR rep's mad at me right now, but he can't put that on me. I want to get out of that car after being in clean air all day, having no rubber on me. Obviously, I have some sweat because it's really going to be hot. But no, I feel really good about this weekend, and hopefully the shoes stay clean.
But your car is a different story. Yeah. Do you want some donuts? Do you want some rubber on the side of that car when you hop out of it? Hopefully in victory lane?
Only if I come out on the long end of the stick. If I got some, marks on my left side, that's normally not good. My right side's okay, my bumper's okay, my back bumper's not okay. So I used to race midgets for Keith Coons, and Jay Drake would always tell me that he would repair the front bumper, or change them out. The front bumper, the right rear nerf bar, but the back and the left side, he's not doing that.
But there is just something different about you this weekend. And I know you said you even shocked yourself that you're feeling so at peace, so to speak. That sounds so weird to say. Yeah. But with this week coming up and the intensity of a championship, how, why, where did this start? Was it earlier in the season and you've just brought yourself to this moment naturally? Yeah, obviously I put a lot of work into this year, right? The amount of work we put in, like me, Scott Speed, Josh Wise, all those guys that Chevrolet gives us, and my whole team as well, there's a lot of peace knowing that I'm very well prepared. I got this picture on my phone of me and my dad working on a quarter midget when I was 5 or 6 years old, right? So, I know I've been working on this plenty long enough to be more than prepared. But yeah, I honestly felt like my ducks weren't fully in a row after Martinsville, like Sunday and Monday. And then I've said it a couple times, but honestly, I got to go in the Dale Jr. download with Justin and all my other competitors, and just kind of put in perspective of who I'm racing, what the goal is, and brought me a lot of clarity for a lot of different reasons. And I felt really good ever since. How much of that comes back to who raised you, your family? Because again, that's easier said than done. Yeah, even my sister, she used to ride horses competitively, and she always did better at the I guess the bigger events that meant more. I've always raced better when the pressure's on too. So I don't think it's something that you're just naturally born with. I think it's something that's cultivated naturally, right, through the people in your life, the parents in your life, and the friends and things like siblings as well. So yeah, everybody that I've met along the way has had a part in who I am today. So I've been lucky to have good people in my life that have helped me cultivate this mindset. Including your very good friend Connor Zilic. People keep talking about how you guys have such a good friendship, and you've both been asked, if it comes down to the two of you, how is this going to turn out? You've both said the same thing. You will race each other respectfully, but you will go do pretty much anything besides wreck for a championship. How easy is that, though, to really process in your mind? Because he's one of your buddies. Yeah, me and Connor have both been able to compartmentalize things really well. Dude, from the first day we started racing each other till today, right? We've never raced each other any different than we ever have raced anybody else. Now, how I'm going to race, Cole Custer is different from how I'm going to race, Riley Herbst. And I say that not because of my relationship with them off the racetrack, but solely based off of how they race me, how I race them on the racetrack. Connor's the same way.
I am going to race Connor different than I am going to race Justin or the one car, whoever. But it's not anything personal. It's all just based off of how we race each other on the racetrack, what my experiences are. So, yeah, I can, tell, like, me and Connor have the same mindset about it. We're not going to go in there and wipe one of each other out. But we wouldn't do that to anybody, right? Maybe one or two people. But we're going to do whatever it takes outside of that.
Connor relies on his mom and dad's cooking because he still lives with his folks, man. And I don't know if mentally he's ready for such a big race. Still living with your folks. You don't still live with your folks, do you?
I haven't lived with my family, since I was 15 years old. So I had to learn how to cook and clean and do my laundry and make my bed and do all that annoying stuff. So, and I do it. I really do. So, I don't know. Who knows, right? There's a blessing and a curse to everything. But, we'll see if the lights are too bright for any of them. Well, who knows?
One of the things we talked about with Austin recently was the combination of RCR and him and how he doesn't believe he could have the success, especially on the larger tracks, without RCR. And your relationship with Richard Childress has been blossoming. I mean, look where you are. You're in the final. What's that link between him and the shop and this crew that you deal with, do you think that's helped you stand here as one of the four for a championship?
Yeah, I think it's just everybody being like-minded, right?
What does that mean, like-minded?
Well, how I think might be a lot different from how, just a random person I meet thinks, right? But when you find people that think similar to you about a lot of different things, but most importantly, how you're going to approach the season, what you expect, like expectations are a big thing. It just seems like my whole team and also Richard, we all think like-mindedly in that sense. We all expect a lot out of each other, and we expected to be here, right? Like, it's not a surprise to ourselves that we're in this position, and it wouldn't be a surprise, I don't think, to ourselves either if we win the championship tomorrow night or nights.
Is there a strategy between you and Austin to help get you that championship on the track?
No. Obviously, Austin's racing for an owner's championship, which is great for the 21 group. But, man, I don't know. I just feel like me and Austin's relationship has gotten a lot better ever since we realized, like, dude, you want what's best for yourself and your team, and I want what's best for myself and my team between the 20 and the 21 and the 2-car. And ever since then, like, we've been able to help each other more. Like, our expectations are more in line. I know how Austin thinks. Austin wants to go out there and win the race in the Owners' Championship, and he knows how I think. I want to go out there and win the race in the Drivers' Championship. So, we've had a really healthy relationship ever since we kind of had a run in here or there, for sure, but then worked through it.
All right. Of the other three drivers, when you win the championship, of those three drivers, who would you want to party with you?
Obviously, Connor.
He says he's never drank. Come on.
No, yeah, that had nothing to do with that. I can't even, really party yet. But
I wasn't insinuating that you did. I was just saying that.
But we will go out there and go on a nice run or something.
Oh my God. Could you see Jesse and Connor out on a nice jog?
I kind of can.
Let's run off our frustrations for you, Connor. For me, it's a winning run. Let's go.
Why do these dudes, do they have to, it's got to be all sponsor related. Weren't you drinking beers at 16, Cole?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Why do these guys act like they don't drink beers?
They can't say that.
They can't say it publicly.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
There's no evidence.
I lose some sponsors there.
You might, yeah. I'm sure NASCAR would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Slap. But can we just get to what we're all thinking right now?
You got about 30 seconds.
SpeedFreaks Mojo. Yes. That was SpeedFreaks Mojo right there. That interview happened on Thursday on Media Day. He went on to take the championship on Saturday. Boom! It's real.
It sure is. Because guess who didn't win the Cup Series Championship?
Ooh, good call. Good
Oh,
call.
the negative Mojo, too.
Denny Hamlin.
Yep.
That's why we should have known.
Oh.
It's real, Freak Nation. It is real. And we'll explain. Coming up next, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, before you know it, winter will be here, and you're going to be looking at your old lady saying, man, I should have listened to you, babe. Should have gone to GeneralTire.com and found out where I could get myself a new set of General Tires. Well, do what your old lady says next time and go to GeneralTire.com, find out the tire for your ride, find out a place to grab that bad boy, and bam, get yourself a new set of General Tires. Go to GeneralTire.com. It's GeneralTire.com. Heat-seeking missile, Cusimano's here. Banana Swag and Crash Gladys is here.
What?
Big Balls Johnson's here. Can you get a quick shot of that freaking lid of yours there, Broham?
It's a good-looking lid.
Yeah, it is.
Happy boy. Happy boy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What? Okay, enough of that.
Mm-hmm. I just think
creepy.
It's very creepy. Thank you very much there. Mm-hmm. So Joey Logano is a fan of this current point system that we got with the NASCAR playoffs. Cole Cusimano, what about you for 2026? Are you down with what we got? Are you down with the sickness? Or are you all for changing this bad boy?
I mean, it's been 11 years now. I'm all for evolution. I personally love the idea of the playoffs. I think there could be improvements to the winner-take-all format that it is currently, but there's no denying that the playoffs incite big moments, and that's what we need for eyes and to keep the sport interesting. So I think I'd like the proposal of the 3-3-4 round sets for the playoffs, just because you can take some stock in consistency and success and not have one race today, like in the case of William Byron wrecking into turn 3, taking out Denny Hamlin's day, where he could have easily won the championship with 6 wins this season.
Well, explain to the Freak Nation why that would be different with a 3-3-4 than what we saw today.
Well, let's say, for example, Denny Hamlin finished 3rd, got a win, and finished 8th, and then he wrecked at Phoenix. He'd likely still be the champion, pending the other drivers vying for that final round. So I like the consistency route. I like when you could take some value in a season-long career or arc, you know?
Crasher?
Mine's a little bit of a different story. I do not like playoffs necessarily. However, I have appreciated the excitement that has come from this cutoff format because, yeah, it does remind me of, let's say, the NFL playoffs or Major League Baseball playoffs. I do like that idea. But where I'm going to back up is there is no reason in the world for any racing series to have 36 races. Shorten your G-damn season, and then we don't even need to worry about playoffs. You just run a full season, but it's not 36. 25, totally fine. Let's give people their lives back. That's what I would prefer. But we're not going to get that. So, yeah, I would then go with Cole. Revise what we have now, 3-3-4. I don't know if Denny would be the champion, though. In the 3-3-4 because of what happened in Martinsville. But then again, would the team experiment in Martinsville and allow for something like that to happen? Probably not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be intriguing. You would approach the races a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Cole, with your 3-3-4 scenario, what kind of excitement would today have brought?
I mean, it's hard to tell without having races to kind of compile and see what the numbers would be like points-wise, but...
Well, okay, let me just... I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of what we've got. Granted, it doesn't line up like today every freaking year.
Right.
But today was spot on with what we've got. Mm-hmm. You have arguably the top 4 drivers running for the championship. Granted, Denny Hamlin, fan favorite at the... Just 8 months ago, people were mother effing Denny Hamlin and fingered, yeah, you suck, and you beat your favorite driver and all of that. But now here we are on this freaking Denny Hamlin bandwagon, wanting this guy to win because what he's going through, what he's been through, and all of this madness. But I don't have a problem. I have no problem with a wild card team winning, a wild card team who inched their way into the playoffs, winning the G-Damn World. I have no problem with that, man. Because speaking of big balls, win the damn game, win the damn race. What did Jesse Love do?
Win the damn race.
He won the damn race. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't easy, but he won the damn race. What did Kyle Larson? He just was there. I had no problem with Joey Logano last year. Oh, my God, the humanity. That's what the rules, man. Whatever the rules are, okay. So I just don't have a problem with it. I thought it last year, granted, wasn't as intriguing as this year, mm-hmm. but the Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano battle last year wasn't that bad.
No, not at all. And I don't have a problem with this format as it is. I just would prefer to see them take more value in season-long statistics and reward that. And in the end, it did work out that way this year because mm-hmm. Kyle Larson, I think they said, breaking down the numbers, he would have been the champion anyway in mm-hmm. any format for that matter. So,
yep.
This wasn't freaking Harrison Burton sneaking in for the Final Four and winning the championship.
Yeah.
It was the top 4.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got to be careful what you wish for, man.
Yes.
If you go back to the 36 race total, and I heard Kevin Harvick talk about, I'm not talking, it's like me trying to talk inside baseball about radio and television and film. No, you got to, from the perspective of a fan and trying to attract new fans, not the 60-year-old median age that's a NASCAR fan right now that still asks the question, where's $1 Million Bill? Elliot.
I was thinking about one thing. I'm sorry if I cut you off here.
Okay.
In regard to the 36-race full-season points format, I feel like if you take the playoffs out, there's more value in winning races still. Because take Byron, for example. He won the Daytona 500. He has the luxury of being locked into the playoffs and kind of testing every track he goes to or gambling for the race win, as opposed to if you're racing every single weekend trying to build up as many points as you can. There's more value in each individual race.
Do you push harder? Do you strategize differently?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think if there is a season-long format, maybe you don't go to some tracks twice.
Yes.
But
thank you.
I think there is also a scenario where the 36-race full-season format is a success.
If all things were equal, and oh hell, Steven, what's his name? Billy Bean with the A. What? No, with the A's. Billy Bean. Yeah. The way that guy was able to take very little cash and put data together to have a competing team with the Oakland A's that was millions upon millions. Their payroll was millions upon millions less than the Yankees, the Dodgers, but could still compete with those type of teams. If the RFKs and the Spire Motorsports, if everything was created equal, I don't think I would have a problem with a 36-race format. But you've got 3 teams that contend for a championship, 3 owners, 4 almost, but 3 owners that compete for a championship every year. If there was a way to manipulate the amount of money that's dumped into each team, and it's set at $20 million or $10 million. Maybe that does change with the charter system. Don't give me that look, Crash.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm like, and now you're going right into that lawsuit. And what's the holdup? Is it really guaranteed charters, or is it money? Does it really stick with the money that Jordan wants for maybe their team, but for everybody? More money. You are leading right into that, and that's what we're going to be talking about for the next month.
Wouldn't that be cool if 6 to 8 teams legitimately had a shot in July to win a championship?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would.
Right.
And I'm happy you mentioned that because Brad Keselowski put up a thread of his end of season recap, basically.
Do I need to put a drip bucket on you right now because you're going to slobber all over?
No. It's in reference to the three powerhouse teams winning and contending for the championship. He said, "Can someone other than Hendrick, Penske, or Gibbs win the Cup Series championship? Not realistically with the current OEM rules."
There you go.
So there you go.
Right.
Yeah. Question answered.
All right. So again, look, man. We got a whole offseason to talk about it, Freak Nation. We don't stop typically. We will still have Horsepower Hump Day this weekend. We got an off weekend for the NHRA, and then in 2 weeks we're going to crown ourselves some NHRA champions.
Yep.
So we're going to be here for the next 2-3 Sunday nights, Freak Nation, and then of course on Horsepower Hump Day, Freak Nation.
On Wednesdays.
5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, as the kids like to call it. All right, man. Congratulations to Kyle Larson. Badass. And thank you, NASCAR, for a hell of a finale. It was legit, freaks. And big ass balls, Johnson. One more shot of you. There
Happy.
is Kyle Larson snorkeler right there. Have a good week. Later.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio,